On today's Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for May 5th, Weides by Nbert and Gommettes. Weides is a grass track, and other than that primary surface of grass, you can also find sections of road, dirt, sausage, as well as penalty grass, which is in front of the safe finish. You can also find a GPS on the track immediately behind you at the start, and the GPS drives the track about a quarter second faster than the author medal time. You can also find a speed check in the track near the very start. It needs 200 minimum speed to clear it cleanly, and there is an alternate path available if you are unable to gather that speed. Another speed check in the track would be for the risky finish, which needs 275 minimum speed to reach. The risky finish will also save you about a half a second, and you can also reach the risky finish from a standing respawn at the last checkpoint. And as far as difficulty, I found it to be a little bit harder than an average track of the day and would rate it a 6.5 out of 10. The medal times were a fair bit challenging as well, though I still beat the author medal time of 42.518 by about 0.2 of a second, coming in with a time of 42.305. The gold medal time on the track was 44.5 seconds, the silver 50 seconds, and the bronze 1 minute. Although I found the track mostly enjoyable to drive, as well as the scenery being fantastic, the custom blocks used throughout the track don't always line up well, causing small hops throughout the track, and it generally made the driving feel a bit unsmooth. Therefore, I would give Weides a plus rating. For the analysis today, we are using the current world record ghost driven by Novastar. They had a time of 41.698, and this is 0.607 ahead of my personal best. Immediately at the start here, you want to basically get as high as you can on this sausage piece. This will allow you to get a straighter entrance onto the grass. As you can see here, I will slide a little bit, and this will put me slightly behind. And one major difference in the track is going to be this turn right here. For whatever reason on this attempt, I went very wide. Unfortunately, I just could not get a better overall attempt on the whole track. And usually on my other attempts, I could at least be a 1/10 of a second, if not more, ahead at this upcoming checkpoint. Upcoming here is the speed check, but that's not really what I want to go over here. Just want to point out quickly that the world record is able to get into a no slide here, which will get them a few extra speed here before the jump. As far as the jump goes, maybe landing higher is better, though it'll result in negligible difference compared to other parts of the track. After this, I found it best to go somewhere around the middle of this section. This made it much easier to make the upcoming right-hand turn cleaner. The further inside you are, it is going to save you a little bit of time, but it's also far more difficult. And it made it cleaner because right here you will get a little bit of a hop, so the straighter you are, the less slide out you will have, and then immediately after that you're going to get another little drop down here, which again can cause some slide out, and the more direct angle towards the checkpoints will cause less of that slide out. Then coming up, I turn a little bit late for this right-hand turn onto the road, which will make me go wide here around the corner compared to the very tight inside line that the world record got. And coming up, we'll see I take the higher parts of the dirt sooner, while they go into it much later. I think this is one due to the line they had entering, just made it more difficult to get over here quicker. And I also think it was a bit of a deliberate choice as well, as you want to be wide here on the exit. Now this is much easier said than done. I tried this plenty of times, but it's extremely easy to slide up to the right because of the sharpness of this turn, and you can very easily hit the wall. And we'll see the results of those lines here as I go from that inside line to an outside line, and they do the exact opposite, which will result in just a shorter driving length for them. We'll see that outside line does give me more exit speed here. However, it does hurt me a little bit. It makes it kind of a wash because I will hit the ground later here after the drop down, which means I have to turn harder towards the left in order to make this turn properly. So all that extra speed is kind of just gone. Then continuing on here, you want to make this right-hand turn much earlier than you think, and keep on that right-hand turn much harder than you think as well, because yet again, there is another small drop down here, which is going to cause you to slide towards the left once you hit the ground again, and you can very easily slide over and hit the wall. Upcoming, not much to say about the hill, just don't take it too far towards the left here, just try to go right down the center while turning towards the left. The next few parts after this, really nothing to talk about. I feel the lines here are pretty self-explanatory, obviously just taking everything nice and smooth. But here we can see the world record and I both setting up for this risky finish on extremely aggressive inside lines. If you are struggling with this risky finish, like it seems many people are, I would recommend not doing this and taking a much wider approach. You do have to watch out on that wider approach, however, because you do have a chance to get up into 5th gear, which will actually slow you down due to turning on a shift change here on the grass. So obviously you don't want that. And the other factor would be just your momentum here. You need to be going towards the upper left, and if you're not, you are simply just not going to be able to make this jump. If you're going straight across, you're not going to be able to turn towards the upper left in time, and if you're jumping down towards the right, you're probably not even going to make the initial jump. So to summarize this entire part here, you need 275 minimum speed for this. You also need to be jumping from the lower right and towards the upper left. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord, and be sure to check out all the other track analysis videos out on the channel already. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Monday for the next one.